Good morning, everyone. My name is Sammie. I am a second-year directing major within SMTD. Today was supposed to be the opening night of A Beautiful Country, which was my AD assignment, directed by Matthew Ozawa. However, due to COVID-19 and the precautions taken by the university and the department, here we are. Unfortunately, it could not open today, but I'm hoping to instead celebrate and honor the work that was done and the conversations that started and definitely have not stopped because of quarantining and safety precautions. But anyway, yes, I'm here to take over the Instagram account, help celebrate what was done, answer any questions, give a bit of insight, and you're gonna all have to bear with me because this is hard. But I'm very excited. Yes, thank you. Everyone, so quickly explaining the story of A Beautiful Country before my next class. I've tried this many times and I just go on tangents. But anyway, so A Beautiful Country is a play written by Che Yu, and it premiered in 1998 with the Cornerstone Theater Company in San Francisco. And for right now, all I'm going to say is that it collectively explores and really dives into 150 years of history of experiences of Asians and the Asian community in America through the eyes of the story's protagonist, Miss Visa Denied, who is So picking up where we left off, or pretty much where the video was cut off, Miss Visa Denied is a drag queen. She's a drag queen from Malaysia, and she's immigrated over, and the show begins with pretty much her first moments in America in the immigration office and customs and things like that. And after not being able to respond to the immigration officers' questions about her stay, her visa, etc., she's taken away for more questions. And this brings up the question of if her visa really is denied. But, and so therefore, that's why her name is Miss Visa Denied. But anyway, so it's following that specific plot, however, the further questioning and where she goes after that, we find ourselves instead in this episodic series of different narratives of the overall narrative, of the overall story of the Asian American experience, or at least what it has been in the most recent years. And by recent, I mean 150 years. Now, something that's super fascinating about this play that makes it so inclusive and so resonant with all communities, with all people of all identities, is that it really highlights that you can't isolate an identity and analyze it without considering everything else about you. Okay, last aspect of this synopsis. I just wanted to add, these questions of self are absolutely heightened by this context of diaspora, of being an immigrant and being stuck in between two homes, and what it means to survive in a country that relies on assimilation. And how do you prove that you're not disposable, but also lay low, but also not regress any of the work and representation and pride that previous people of your community have brought before you. Hello, you two. Thank you for agreeing to be part of this Instagram takeover and for coincidentally being my housemates. So, just getting to it. Could you guys introduce yourselves and your roles on A Beautiful Country?
I'm Adam Ortega. I'm a junior acting major, and in the show, I played Jose Casas, Ralph, and Geraldine.
I'm Nathan Carell. I'm also a junior acting major, and I was the fight/intimacy choreographer.
So, who would like to start speaking first?
I guess I'll go first. It was really cool working on this production as an actor. Working with Matthew, I've never worked with before. Really good stage management team and just production behind it. As an actor, it was really cool being a part of this show that encompassed 150 years of Asian American experience and immigration and stories like that. And as kind of during our last rehearsals, seeing all those stories kind of how they connected, even though they would just cover this vast spans of time in America. And also just another thing of being Latinx in the show and kind of seeing those stories connect and how they differ, and I guess relate, and just seeing viewing and comparing different immigrant stories and tales like that. That was really interesting.
Good job. Thanks.
Hi. I worked on the fight and intimacy stuff in A Beautiful Country, and I have to say it was actually such an incredible experience. To be able to come into such a safe space and be brought into a group of people that are really close, and allowing me to come in and be trusted completely. This was my first time getting to work on a university production, doing fight stuff. So it was such a privilege to have such great collaboration between everybody.
Cool. Thank you. So, answering some questions I haven't gotten the chance to answer yet. What's been the most valuable thing you've learned from ADing the show? I've learned an immeasurable amount. Sorry, I had to change where I was sitting. My neighbors were having a great Thursday night. I would say maybe it's not a thing that I've learned, but the opportunity that I've gained, the most valuable opportunity I've gained out of this entire experience was the ability to practice collaborating with others, especially in a leadership position, when your story and your personal identity is not the main focus, and if anything, it's something that you have so much more to learn about. So I am grateful to have been surrounded by such wonderful people on the production team, in the cast, especially from Math, and then definitely orchestrated by Matthew, and taking away those skills and how to facilitate such conversations, how to organize. Sorry, I talk a lot. The last bit I was just trying to mention is that there are so many interdisciplinary elements in making sure this show was executed well. And I'm really grateful for that part of learning how to collaborate. I'm grateful to have been able to observe and participate in orchestrating and clearly communicating with so many moving parts, and so many passionately moving parts, as we were all so focused and happy to do the extra work to make sure that the story was being told the way it needed to be. This is a loaded question because every day, every scene had something to unveil about American history and its treatment of Asians that we don't. To be brief, I would say due to the amount of shame that America has towards Asian American communities and Asian immigrants, we don't know that there are acts of violence that we associate with other POC communities, such as lynching and ministry, that actually is applicable and has been applicable for years in the Asian American community. And there's just so much more that we can all learn from, and that this is a community that has been hurt over and over and over again, but it is never publicized, ever. Just to keep a very long and tumultuous and silly story short, I had a wonderful drama mama, essentially, drama teacher in high school, who encouraged me to act on the creative impulses that I had that went beyond just acting, the creative impulses I had to bring all the elements of a show together. If I wasn't directing, I'd definitely be acting. It's tea.